gain in the explosive cask, so you do get some initiation later on for some of those team fights. You've got the Thresh as well, which makes it a lot easier to utilize that. Stronger jungle players in the LCK so far. And okay, we're gonna see a teleport here.
Yeah, Keria has to flash away. The teleport comes in. BDD very trying to get in there. Kana is going to get speared down. Is he tanky enough? The answer is no. He will shot a lot of the squishy members on the side of gen.g. And look at their lineup. Outside of Rel, it's like, well, not feeling good about this one. As maybe going a little bit too far forward. Now he has to try to cast early, but with no flash.
He's actually rotating over now. He's actually going to clear this vision. They're going to go for a dive.
Oh, Ruler getting in there to start us off. Engage KaiSser, but here comes the Pantheon, and they immediately turn it onto Light, who goes...
The win rate in the LCK, 1 and 2. It's only been played 3 times. Meanwhile, in LPL, he's 13 and 3, so...
Yeah, I mean, this is, there's so much gold that's just bleeding into the pockets of Gumayusi in this game. 610 more, as the Rift Herald that was taken earlier on, that could have been used to get more of these plates earlier on, maybe even get First Blood turret, but put down later after they go for the failed gank down on the bottom side. They're still going to be able to take down this turret and all of its plates
possible right now. And again, what the Camille offers in side laning, the Gragas is going to have in terms of team fights later on, as he is building damage, he is going to have great, but getting back control of this map is going to be the first step.
Yeah, you know, remains to be seen if they can do that, because right now from ahead, so it's like, okay, well, nice trade, Ruler. You want to fight again? Flash comes in from Keria. Keep in mind, this is 2v3 right now, but with the Pantheon on the map here, he immediately gets into that back line, and we've got lanterns, we've got flashes. That's what T1 say. Trying to sell everything to gen.g, who do not want to have any of it. Faker maybe going a little bit too far, but eventually does get that kill, and a really fantastic cast comes out from the respawns at 20 minutes into the game are actually quite fast, and they still had teleport available on BDD, so he's able to get into the fight. And in fact, this Cloud Trace was
definitely an overextension.
Oh boy. And now I don't know what's going on here, but Ruler continuously trying to take these trades, and he's just going to get... Yeah, it's pretty interesting, you know, they just send Kata away from the lane that Rascal is in. Rascal now...
How much Rascal's effectiveness on the map has been potent, right? It hasn't really been as great. He's only 4 CS up, in fact, of gen.g. They're very far away from this turret, so they just get this for free. Now, what do they gain? Not a whole lot. In fact, rotation here through their jungle to try to wrap around. That might be too slow.
Look at this! BDD has to flash away from Gumayusi, who is diving a turret with a lantern on his back. There is nothing that the Syndra can do at this point in time.
Meanwhile,
and even under the turret, take a look at this. Trying to deny the turret take from Rascal. Kana down a level.
Thresh open is a mistake that gen.g will definitely be thinking about going to game 2 strat, win or lose here.
Well, Rascal is gigantic. So this is what I was talking about. You're going to have the Pantheon that comes in and helps, but even then, you know, 2v1, this Rascal is eventually going to get so out of control that you cannot do anything against it. And here we go.
Here.
By the way, yeah, LM doesn't have teleport. He's the jungle, so he's not in position for the Baron. He has to try to help out. The inhibitor, very importantly, doesn't go down, actually. Rascal is going to miss the kill. Maybe, hopefully, the minions can get that for him. Yeah. And the minions do, thankfully, for him. And now he's actually on the run. He might be able to get out of this one. And I believe that he will.
There's around this Drake. They're not sure if T1 is rushing over to the Baron or not at that moment, so they make the call to back off. Very much a faster rotation this time from T1, much more decisive. And this is exactly the same thing. All right, we're going to see the teleport.
All right, this time we do have the teleport coming in. It's going to be Zoe. Faker gets the Baron here as the Rel will move in, but fighting front to back with Gumayusi is such a good play here for T1. He is shredding through every single player on the side of gen.g. There is no hope for anyone to survive
the map and controlling this insane duo of Gumayusi and Keria. As you mentioned, I don't think there's any way surviving this for gen.g. The Baron buff, the push to end the game here now as T1 finally get to be decisive and make that Baron play.
Yeah, Kana not even here. He's like, all right, thank you, team. You know, better top lane wins, ha. We'll see if this counter engage can actually work. They're going to take out Gumayusi, maybe going a little bit too close to the turrets, as now Faker is just going to run away with his tail between his legs, not able to do it all alone here.
Just kind of sit around and push mid like they have been so much. They're actually going to look for an inhibitor. And this is going to force a reaction out of Gen.g.
And importantly, it's the lane where their inhibitor is down. So it takes some pressure away from the split pushing of Rascal in the side lane. They say, well, I dare you to split push against 5 of us. You're not going to be able to. Fighting front to back, if Gumi is ever protected, I think T1 win 100% of the time. And as long as, you know, they don't get poked out.
Huge cast.
Oh man, huge damage from the cast coming in here. Rascal desperately trying to get into the back line. But again, Gumi Yusi is protected. Another fantastic hook onto Clid, as there is no room for him. They're all just going to have to try to run away here. BDD trying to do it alone, nearly takes out Faker, but that Nexus is so low they could probably just click on it at this point in time. Gumi Yusi still protected in the back. He is just one-shotting people now, as Ruler desperately trying to make it happen. Gumi Yusi going to wait here for the kill, picks up the triple kill, and picks up the game. And man, beside Cataclysm bot, but very interesting picks coming out here from Gen.g.
This is really, really interesting. It feels like it's a...
with the Jhin against the Kalista, which should do pretty well with that range advantage. See, big trades here in the mid lane. Faker's got to be careful, looking to try to force out that flash, but Faker very calmly just going to sidestep the orb. As level 2 hit here first down in the bottom side. This looking to get on top of Gumi Yusi now with the ignite. The flash comes in and life is just going to get first blood.
So a little mild caster curse as he does get hit by the stun.
Yeah, I mean, if there's going to be a player that's confident in the mid lane, it is going to be Faker. And nice little bait coming in here from Kana. He's looking to turn the tables from game number 1. Rascal is going to get that double slice and dice away, and he's still got flash available, but he doesn't use it and gets on this cannon wave, but down 20 CS already. Bot cryo means that
right now, you know, the lead is too big. The advantage is 30 CS up right now.
Pressure from LM around that area. Now, the reason they're dropping this Rift Herald up top is because of the amount of damage they've already done to this turret. They want to get Rascal out of lane, but the TP is coming in already with the Pantheon, so T1 will look to turn this one around. 3v2 for now. We got Syndra coming up, but it might be too little too late. Under the turret, just gonna sweep them both up. A aggressive maneuver there from BDD. He was never gonna get that kill, as, oh man, Kana just barely not able to get away with that recall. Looks like he's probably dead, especially with BDD rotating up the river. Not even gonna need him. He's just gonna waste some more time here. Still alive, actually.
He dodged.
And if he runs this down, he might actually be able to get an execute.
Oh, it's gonna be close.
Trying to bait that out. Wants to go up outside.
Sad cat. I think he's gonna get the execute.
Yeah, I think he will.
Unbelievable. Like that, and getting out safe. You love to see it, knowing the Pantheon is there. Rascal is getting away with this top turret push, but T1 are trying to steal this Drake away. It looks like they just barely are not going to contest it. Life and Co. definitely consider even a 3v2 into a 4v2 where you really just collapse in and get those kills early on.
Nice pick.
Yeah.
Try to keep T1 in the game.
I mean, that's the kind of option you're looking for, is just trying to find somebody. As LM caught and knocked up here. He's Pantheon, though.
Have that, yeah, he's got the shield, so no damage actually comes through. But again, you're opening up already. Gumi Yusi a little bit alone over here. He's going to Gale Force on top of Rascal, keep his distance. They want to fight it front to back, as Rascal does take a bunch of damage, but T1 a little bit too scared to get in there. They have that Azir turret to be let down, as tons of damage being poked out onto Rascal, and Gen.g say they do not want to engage onto this just yet. Combo here onto the Renekton, who's losing health, has to flash away. Opening up now is Gumi Yusi, and Gen.g say we want to just disengage. Faker going very aggressive. Olaf just standing up to him and taking the fight, but Keria in the back line creating a lot of space for his team. But I don't know if they have the damage here. This is looking way too good for Gen.g, as T1 overextend into the team fight, and Gen.g will eventually stand up to them. Triple kill.
Right? It's a pretty smart reaction. Okay, we can't let Rascal out here farming for free. He's actually very overextended. But they're so far ahead that he's so survivable. The rotation speed over for Gen.g, which is their plan all along, is very, very quick. And at this moment, it feels like if you paused it there, yeah, you're just so safe to even have BDD here. He gets cast as I say it, but look at where life is right now. He's actually going to turn it back. He almost is able to trade that back. Ellen comes over. But yeah, I mean, the pushing power that you have with Baron makes it so hard to even all in someone like BDD, even though he tried. Kana did there. It's not successful. It was actually a pretty cool near kill there to watch. But sadly, they don't get the kill, and the push continues, and it's a Baron buff push. Now, can they push an inhibitor here? That's the big question. With the advantage they have, I think they certainly can.
Yeah, I mean, they've still got 15 minutes on the Baron. They get the knock up here onto the Pantheon. They CC him from 100 to 0. So no shield comes out and no survivability for LM, who has not been able to be as proactive on the Pantheon in this game. As now going on in, Faker going to try to separate the Renekton, but he gets separated himself. As gen.g looking to push the issue here. They want to win the game right here, right now. Gumayusi in the Cataclysm, no escape for him. As Keria is going to be run down by Ruler, who is incredibly strong right now. Nicely done by Kana to pick off the Olaf at least. But with the Max coming in here, oh, actually going to be denied. He's got TP. They want to continue to push the issue here with 8 seconds on the Baron.
Really close. Gonna push the issue for sure. I mean, look at the damage output of Ruler. He's crushing his turrets.
Oh, stun now onto Keria. He is absolutely dead. They trade it back for the Jarvan, but with full health now onto Ruler. He's just looking to take out the turrets. Another kill onto the Pantheon here. As they do have to back away. Look at Kana desperately trying to clear out these waves. He's still on the run, trying to buy some time for his team. And it looks like he may have just done it. Ruler is going to have to back away. Of course, Kana will lose his life, but it is a good sacrifice just to try to stay in this game.
Crazy.
Now pushing forward. He's moving in. He's got that Ren set onto many members, and with the stun coming in, does he have the damage? He has to go into that stopwatch. Here comes Rascal trying to buy themselves some time, as it will be a trade of kills. Gumayusi incredibly low, but he is still going to stay alive just barely. He's got the minions on him. Uh-oh, he's going to die to the minions.
Oh, Rascal.
And that might mean that Rascal can push in.
Yeah, he certainly is going to try for it. Problem is, Pantheon's going to ult in, and I think they may have overstayed their welcome here, Valdez. It's still very close. The minions, there's just so many.
LM is like, I don't know if I can actually go in on this. I got to be careful. He's desperately trying to clear out these minions. I don't think they have enough auto attack damage onto the Nexus is the problem.
Blitz back.
Is coming on in. Kana back into the game. LM still stays alive. As trying to get in there is Keria. He's not able to get the kill. And that means that also Kana not able to do enough here. And with only LM alive, I think that finally gen.g have been able to push in and secure the victory here. Game over is called by LM, and that will be the case. We are going to a game number 3 in this series.
And there's the Jarvan.
All right. Pretty interesting, you know, again, we were thinking...
Clid was not going to be in this part of the jungle. It was actually in bot side. And he gets the scuttle, but LM is here.
Here we go. Flash on in. One combo. Can they do it? The last auto is not enough. LM tries to tank it up, and we have the speed boost coming in now with the acceleration gate. And just
more importantly, what's happening in live BDD?
Just going to get flashed on, but the exhaust is there. They still have the damage.
Awareness. Meanwhile, Kana being very aggressive again. Clid is rotating back up, so let's see if we see once again.
This is rough for Kana. He's going to try to turn it onto Rascal. Here comes the Pantheon Life, desperately trying to get on in there with the Ignite, and he will pick up the kill, but LM did also take out his jungle opponent. And now we got a little bit of a 1-on-3 here. LM pushing the issue a little bit too far. BDD, though, with no ultimate. Going to take a little bit to take him down, but they do eventually.
Blessing on this
flash. No flash this time for Keria.
Oh, the hook!
Okay, there we go. Hook is going to land, but we do have the Fate's Call coming in. Ruler looking to potentially counter-engage, but the sleep on a life, he throws himself in to the danger, but at least, so BDD not able to make that kill happen.
Yeah, BDD is unable to get the kill. Does use his teleport,
but LM just going for what was right in front of him. As they're going to be looking for a dive here. We got Pantheon looking for that angle. Rascal takes the right one. He is going to flash south away from the Pantheon with a flash over the wall. Exec Ultimatum looking to buy some time. Rascal getting that speed up. The trouble bubble is going to miss. But at the end of the day, still going to be the kill going the way of LM.
However, you know, Ruler is going to get some extra plates here right before 14 minutes. Going to get the turret as well. Will be the first turret of the game. So question is it actually a good trade here? I mean, you want something if you're T1 Iorio. The way that the gold is allowed to go into this really bad mismatch, the 80 carries, is a bit...
And they're just going to be able to poke you out before these team fights happen. I feel like there's a lot more onus on gen.g to try to force fights and engages. And if they don't have it, it might not go their way. As we're looking to just burst down Rascal, Elim, the Ninja Pantheon. They were not expecting that, and easily able to shut down the Camille once again for his 3rd death. And just again, giving even more gold into the pockets of these hugely, the guys that are going to have huge poke damage as this game comes along in the mid game down at range. But T1 have the range advantage on her as well. So even though BDB has a nice amount of farm in here, I feel like the next Drake fight, but you want to have hard engage, you want to have tools to enable your engage, and you just lost a big one right there. Keria, though, I'm not sure about this. Hope he's got a stopwatch. Looks like he's got absolutely nothing, but still the first damage coming out onto Clid is massive. Looking to turn it now onto Kana, who's kind of caught here all alone. The gameplay button out of the Syndra is going to just burst him down. This is going to immediately create that 4-on-3. You see Faker and Guniusi trying to just shell at them from the backline, and Elim surviving for an incredibly long time. Low health bars here on the side of gen.g. An incredibly close skirmish as Faker gonna get stunned down by BDD. In the backline here, 1v4 is eventually gonna get taken out, but at least he takes BDD.
If they get to fight on their terms, they certainly can take these upcoming fights.
Yep, that's the important thing, you know, to calm it down and try not to fight on gen.g's terms, try not to dive into that one.
Great anymore because, you know, when you're setting up stuff like this, you can't get isolated.
Oh boy.
You're the front line.
Yeah, he's got a shield, but that's not gonna save him against 5 members. As okay, Faker, he's angry. That's gonna set up the kill. Kana comes in, and that's that.
Fast enough, don't have vision control. You can see, look at all the deep wards too around the blue side. Check, and they're just gonna sneak this Baron away, Valdez. Freebie.
Absolutely. He got all the Ren set he needs. The smite comes in, and now they're looking to turn it around, trying to get on top of that, but they gotta be careful about running straight into gen.g with the Baron buff. But, you know, having that sustain against the poke, I feel like would have been pretty nice alongside of it. Everybody else has tools. The sustain on the Callista, you get the Banshee's Veil on the Syndra.
Not the first time we've seen a game like this where the team has a pretty nice lead, but just it's so difficult to close out even with Baron buff because the enemy team has so much siege damage, so much poke. And for you to use your comp correctly to engage into their base is just almost impossible. Reminds me of that Afrika DRX game that you and I commentated last week that went supreme late game. We might be in for another one of those situations here, just because it's so difficult for gen.g to close out this game. It's actually really risky.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Clid, what is going on? Why are you there? That might just be the key that T1 needed. We're not going to see that hook land, but already 2 kills, and Elim has found backline access. Now, he's alone, as Rascal is going to be alone as well. Elim going to just try to survive. Will dodge his teammate's lantern and die. So, not going to be the case there.
Step into some of these brushes and start heading towards Baron. T1 are quite literally taking shots in the dark to try to poke them down and chase them. As Sleep does go off onto life here. So much burst damage, but he's going to survive. This could be the go button here. They're going in.
All right, Elim is going to get engaged upon Life. The only one, a 3-man play coming in from Keria, but he gets burst down immediately as Life is going to engage. The double knockup with the flag and drag is massive, and now Guniusi all alone trying to 200 years. He is not going to be able to. gen.g, they find the engage that they were looking for. Life smurfs it so hard in this team fight, and they might just be able to push it in the game.
You know what I said earlier when I said, look, this team fight they had on Drake way earlier, where I said it shows that functionally this team can fight. It's so difficult to execute. The CC they have is hard to actually pull off, but Life pulls it off in a phenomenal last minute, last hope fight here for gen.g to close this one out early. Pulls it off here, and they are going to wipe T1 and close this series out. But what a phenomenal game played by both sides. Vision control, though, beautiful for gen.g, executing this composition, getting in early.